Greetings, everyone. As always, I hope I found you in your perfect peace. I did a video earlier about the emptiness of narcissism. And by that, I mean, for those who have experienced being in a relationship with someone who's narcissistic, there's an emptiness to it. And again, we can go into all the medical reasons behind it, but what I want to focus on in this video is about the topic of deliverance and brokenness and how they relate. Um, this is where I think, sorry about that, this is where I feel a lot of people misunderstand. Brokenness is the beginning of deliverance. So there is a situation or event that happens in your life that will take you all the way down to the pit where all you have is God, if you so choose to call on him, right? He said, I'm closest to the brokenhearted. I'm closest to the person with the contrite heart. Why? Because at that place, you are, if you choose to be, the most sincere of any state, because you desperately need help. So at this point, this is where you can cry out. I often talk about this when I teach about Passover. In the Bible, it says how the Israelites cried out to God, and he heard them. And they were in slavery for many, many years. So I'm sure that they had cried out, they fought, they begged, they screamed, they did all kinds of things because that wasn't the most pleasant place to be. But there was a different type of cry out. And that, to me, was that cry out from that place of brokenness. After you've done all that you can. We cried out to our King, and he heard us. So that type of cry, that type of broken heart, reaches God. If we do it from a sincere place. With that said, the misconception or the place of the mistake is that we jump out of the process of that, meaning we starting at the brokenness, right? And we are moving towards God. If we're not careful, especially in the narcissistic relationships, marriage, or whatever situation you find yourself in, we will try to now bring that with us, okay? Meaning, now I've found the answer. So if I can tell you, so it's saying that I don't have enough light. So if I can tell you that the answer is God, because I found the peace that, if we be honest with ourselves, we had, and that person drained out of us, usurped it from us, right? Now they can have it. The question becomes, do they want it? And what a narcissist can do with that type of information to use against you is amazing. And I don't mean amazing in a good way. It's whatever you give them, they will use against you. And now you have given them the key to your peace. So again, do not try and fix it while you're still broken. A lot of us look at that stage as like, okay, now I'm whole. It's the beginning. The moment that you cry out to God, you will feel the um the euphoria of, wow, I've awakened, because your eyes are open. You've entered into his gates with thanksgiving and praise. There's joy, there's peace, there's because you haven't felt it in so long. It's like a person who hasn't, you've gone hungry and somebody gives you a crumb. It's delicious to taste the honey after someone has sucked the entire life out of you, right? But there's still this thing called healing that needs to happen. Because at the end of this journey, it was all about you in the beginning. It's about what was it in you that even opened yourself up to that situation in the first place. And this is not about being a victim. This is about understanding you. This is about allowing this toxicity to shed, to open up your eyes of who you really are in Christ, right? And once you in him, then he begins to heal those soul wounds, and then he will tell you or bring to you who you really are in him. So be careful. Allow God to completely process you. And I promise, if it takes years, it took me 9 years, but on the other side of that, I understood what it meant to remain in him. In Jesus' mighty name, talk to you later.